Some football matches are remembered for trophies, others are remembered for moments, but every once in a while, a game delivers both. Portugal versus Croatia wasn't just another World Cup knockout match. It was a night filled with emotion, controversy, heartbreak, and one unforgettable comeback that kept Cristiano Ronaldo's dream alive. The atmosphere inside Toronto's BMO field was electric long before kickoff. Tens of thousands of Portuguese and Croatian fans filled the stadium, knowing only one nation would continue its journey toward World Cup glory. It was also an emotional night, with Portugal honoring Diogo Jota on the anniversary of his passing before the match began. For Portugal, this wasn't just about reaching the next round. At 41 years old, Cristiano Ronaldo knew every knockout match could be one of the final chapters of his incredible World Cup career. Across the pitch stood Luka Modric, another football legend fighting for what could also be his last appearance on the biggest stage. When the referee blew the whistle, Portugal immediately looked to control possession. Roberto Martinez instructed his players to dominate the midfield through Bruno Fernandes, Vitinha, and João Neves, while Rafael Leão constantly stretched Croatia's defense with his pace. Croatia, however, never panicked. Led by Luka Modric and Mateo Kovacic, they stayed compact, patient, and disciplined. Every Portuguese attack was met with organized defending, while Dominik Livakovic remained calm whenever crosses entered the penalty area. Cristiano Ronaldo nearly created the breakthrough early on. Every touch from the Portuguese captain brought huge cheers from the crowd, but Croatia's defenders refused to give him even a second of space inside the box. The first half quickly developed into a tactical battle. Portugal controlled the ball. Croatia controlled the spaces. Diogo Costa was called into action with an important save, while Portugal's defenders, led by Ruben Dias, dealt with dangerous Croatian counterattacks. Dias even picked up an early yellow card as the intensity continued to rise. As halftime approached, both teams knew that one mistake could completely change the game. Portugal had enjoyed more possession, but Croatia looked dangerous whenever they broke forward. The referee finally blew for halftime. Portugal 0, Croatia 0, but everyone inside the stadium had the feeling that the real drama was still to come. The second half began at an incredible pace. Croatia returned with far more aggression, pressing Portugal higher up the pitch and forcing mistakes in dangerous areas. Then, in the 53rd minute, disaster struck for Portugal. A chaotic attacking move ended with the ball falling perfectly for Ivan Perisic. Without hesitation, the Croatian veteran fired past Diogo Costa to give Croatia a priceless 1-0 lead. The Croatian supporters erupted while the Portuguese fans fell silent. Portugal suddenly faced elimination. Cristiano Ronaldo immediately encouraged his teammates to push forward. Roberto Martinez responded by making attacking substitutions, introducing fresh energy as Portugal searched desperately for an equalizer. Bernardo Silva, Francisco Conceição, Nelson Semedo, and Gonçalo Ramos all entered as Portugal threw everything into attack. Wave after wave of Portuguese pressure followed. Rafael Leão repeatedly drove down the left wing. Bruno Fernandes searched for openings with his passing. Croatia defended bravely, blocking shots and clearing dangerous crosses. Then came the turning point that would change everything. A challenge inside Croatia's penalty area initially went unpunished, but the referee was called to review the incident after a VAR check. The stadium held its breath as replays showed contact on Renato Veiga. After watching the monitor, the referee pointed to the penalty spot. Cristiano Ronaldo picked up the ball. 41 years old, millions watching around the world, Portugal's World Cup hanging in the balance. He stepped forward. Cristiano Ronaldo stood over the penalty spot as the entire stadium held its breath. Portuguese supporters couldn't bear to watch, while Croatian fans hoped their goalkeeper could become the hero. This wasn't just another penalty, it was the moment that could decide Portugal's World Cup fate. The referee blew the whistle. Ronaldo took his familiar run-up, stayed composed under immense pressure, and fired the ball into the back of the net. Dominik Livakovic guessed the direction, but the strike was too accurate. Goal for Portugal. Cristiano Ronaldo celebrated with passion, pointing toward the Portuguese supporters as his teammates rushed to embrace him. The goal brought Portugal level and completely changed the atmosphere inside the stadium. After trailing for much of the second half, Portugal suddenly believed again. The momentum had shifted and Croatia knew the final minutes would be a real test of their resilience. With the score now 1-1, Roberto Martinez urged his team forward. Portugal refused to settle for extra time. Bruno Fernandes continued pulling the strings in midfield. Rafael Rafael Leão attacked every opportunity down the wing, and Gonçalo Ramos added fresh energy in the final third. Croatia, to their credit, refused to give up. Luka Modric continued to orchestrate play with remarkable composure, proving once again why he is regarded as one of football's greatest midfielders. Every Croatian player fought for every ball, knowing they were only moments away from forcing extra time. As the clock ticked into stoppage time, the tension inside the stadium became almost unbearable. Every tackle was greeted with nervous gasps. Every clearance was applauded. Every attack felt like it could decide the match. Then, in the 94th minute, Portugal produced one final attack. The ball was worked patiently through midfield before a dangerous delivery found Gonçalo Ramos inside the penalty area. Timing his movement perfectly, Ramos met the ball with confidence and sent it beyond the Croatian goalkeeper. Goal! Portugal had completed the comeback. The stadium erupted. Players sprinted toward the corner flag in celebration. Cristiano Ronaldo wrapped his arms around Gonçalo Ramos, knowing this goal had kept Portugal's World Cup dream alive. On the touchline, Roberto Martinez celebrated with his coaching staff as the Portuguese bench emptied in pure joy. But the drama wasn't over. Croatia launched one desperate final attack. Every player moved forward, including their defenders, hoping to rescue the match. The ball eventually found the back of Portugal's net, and Croatian fans exploded with excitement. For a brief moment, they believed they had forced extra time. Then the assistant referee raised the flag. After a VAR review, the goal was ruled out for offside. The celebrations instantly turned into heartbreak. Portugal had survived. Moments later, the referee blew the final whistle. Portugal 2. Croatia won. It was one of the most dramatic matches of the tournament. Croatia had played with courage and discipline and came within minutes of eliminating one of the favorites. Luka Modric once again demonstrated his extraordinary quality, while Ivan Perisic's goal nearly sent Croatia through. But Portugal showed the mentality of champions. When they fell behind, they didn't panic, they believed. Cristiano Ronaldo delivered when his country needed him most, calmly converting the pressure-filled penalty that reignited Portugal's hopes. Gonçalo Ramos then became the hero with a dramatic stoppage time winner that completed an unforgettable comeback. With the victory, Portugal booked their place in the round of 16, where an even bigger challenge awaits against Spain. The win kept alive Ronaldo's dream of lifting football's biggest trophy, while Croatia departed the tournament with pride after another determined World Cup campaign. Football is a game of moments. One finish, one save, one decision, one goal. And on this unforgettable night, Portugal proved that as long as the final whistle hasn't blown, hope is never lost. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more football documentaries, and tell us in the comments, where does this comeback rank among Portugal's greatest World Cup victories? Until next time, thanks for watching.